one of the vestiges of the 1960s hippie era is the phrase good vibrations, giving off good, or for that matter, bad vibrations. The Beach Boys made a lot of money with a song called Good, 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 Good Vibrations. But the fact of the matter is, the universe does vibrate. Ask any physicist. Everything has a vibration. Everything gives off a vibration. The Mohorosh, Rabbi Eliezer Shlomo Schick, writes in his book, there are many stories of tzaddikim, righteous men, who, upon their arrival at a particular place, suddenly became very shaken, whereupon they left as quickly as they could. There was a story about the Baal Shem Tov, who was once driving in a wagon with some of his students, and he suddenly asked the wagon driver to stop. He stopped. Baal Shem Tov collected his thoughts, and then they continued. When they got to their eventual destination, he gathered his students around the wagon driver and said, be honest with me. What happened about 2 miles back down the road? What were you thinking? And the wagon driver was very embarrassed. He said, Rabbi, I hate to admit it, but for a moment I thought maybe I should pull over and kill you and your students and take your possessions. The thought came and went. Baal Shem Tov said, that's okay. Do you know why? And he told the wagon driver that on that spot a terrible thing had happened, and it had created some sort of residual negative vibration, and that's what put the thought into the wagon driver's head. Rabbi Schick writes that once the Satmarov, Rabbi Yoel Teitelbaum, was asked if he wanted to take a trip to Auschwitz, and he said he would not, because the horrors that were perpetrated there had created a vibration that was absolutely anti-life, and he would not go there because he didn't want to experience the vibration. You know, there are places, he writes, that inspire a person towards good and holiness, and there are places that have the opposite effect. Many years ago, I was walking through Manhattan with my friend Rosalind, whom you've read about in my books. And I recognized one of the places we were about to pass. It was a falafel shop, and I had just read about it in the news a few days ago, and I said to Rosalind, when we walk down this block, tell me if you sense anything. And when we got to the end of the block, I could tell from her face that she had. She looked very unhappy, and she kind of shuddered a couple of times, and she said, something here, something very, very bad, something terrible. I don't like it. I don't want to know what it is. Let's get out of here. And we did. We left. I told her at that point that the falafel shop that we had just walked by had a few days earlier been the scene of a murder. Someone had been shotgunned to death inside. My friend Rosalind was sensitive enough to pick up on that vibration. The point of the matter is this: the things that we do indeed create vibrations, either good or bad. Things we say and do create ramifications, like throwing a pebble into a pond and watching the ripple expand out. So be aware of this in your daily lives when you're dealing with people you know and love and people you don't know. The things we say and the things we do have repercussions, sometimes potentially bad ones. We need to be aware of it. We need to know that we are indeed sending vibrations out into the world. Let's decide from this moment on that the vibrations we send out will be what the Beach Boys called good, 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 good vibrations.